Hey, what's up, guys? This is Midwest Gaming, and today we're here with
Venegas.
Oh.
And we got second in the 3v3. In undefeated in Swiss, lost in the finals. So, and I played Tenyi Swordsoul. Deck was crazy. So, just get right into it. For the Swordsoul, it's pretty standard. I played 3 Oye, 3 Longun, 3 Ecclesia, and then the 2 Tai. I played 2 of these because it's just not the best one. It's better in this deck because you have the Tenyis that banish 2, but just playing 2 for Desires because it comes up sometimes. So, pretty standard. 11 of those guys. And then the Tenyis, played 3 Ashna, special from deck, cards insane. 2 Vishuda, cards crazy go in second, and then the 2 Adhara. I played 2 of these because of Desires again. And it's good to cycle your resources. So. And then today I decided to main deck Protos, cards insane. If you can search it going first, Calling Dark is always good. Always. And then if you're going second, you can break a board, search it, and then just call whatever they have left to seal up the game. So for hand traps, I played 3 Veiler, 3 Ash, and then 3 Imperm. I decided to play these because I think they're good against mostly everything. And then Ash is a level 3 tuner, which works well with the level 7s to make the Synchro 10s. And then Veiler's a level 1 tuner, which is also good with the 7s to make Synchro 8s. So, super good today. I was playing Droplet the other day, and I didn't really like it, so I'm glad I played this today.
Did you miss Nibiru at all?
Not really. I played it in the side deck, which was good, and then it just conflicts with the Tenyi cards a little bit, so I decided to side deck it, and then you can side some of these out when you're doing that, but it was decent. I didn't miss it in the main deck, so.
29, 28.
And then for the spells, consistent cards, 3 Emergence, cards such as Protos, it's insane. And then 3 Desires, since you're not playing the DPE stuff and you're playing like 3s and 2s of everything else, card's super good. And then I didn't really want to play this card, but it was decent. I played 2 Vessel. It's really good with the Tenyi stuff. And then if you have like Tai, you can send other stuff and then revive it with Baxia to keep playing. So it's decent. Sided out a lot going second. So, and then the 1 Reborn, it comes up sometimes. So I played 2 Blackout. Unlike the Tri-Brigade deck, it's good to draw, but like it doesn't get you follow-up, so you only really want to search it when you want it. It's cool to summon the token because that helps you do Tenyi stuff and then play through hand traps. But and then the 1 Order, card insane. I feel like in this deck you can just play like main deck all your power cards, and then if you see them, you win the game. Where is it? So like these cards. So super good. 40 in the main deck. DB Grinder, love to see it.
Would you play DPE at all in this deck, or you don't think it's worth it?
Probably not. I think like the good thing about this deck is it's super consistent. Like between all the starters you play and then all the Tenyis, it's super easy to make Synchro 7s at 10s, which I like. And then keeping it at 40, you get to see all your side cards. I just wasn't a big fan of DPE. I feel like it doesn't synergize with the deck super good, except for Ecclesia, but so I didn't really miss it. And then I guess we'll do extra deck. 2 best Swordsoul tokens, Blaziken Venusaur, you know.
Yep.
And then I played 2 Monk with the Shaman. 3 never really ever came up with me, because even if you only start with the Shuna, you can special that, summon a Monk, especially Vishuda, summon another Monk. And other than that, usually you can keep cycling your Tenyis if you have the Swordsoul token on the field, so 2 is fine. I decided to play the Shaman. It comes up sometimes when you have like interesting hands. It didn't really come up today, but I would keep playing it. It's pretty good. I played the 1 Yazi. You can either make it with Longyun and then a sync or a tuner 1, either the Veiler or the Adhara. It's good going second because you can like pop cards and then summon your Swordsouls from deck. So I played 2 Baxia. And the Tenyi version is super good. Usually do 1 going first to do the Xiaofeng combo. And then one comes up on turn 3 to like clear cards and then kill them. So cards are crazy. And I played 2 Chizhou. I think it's pretty standard. You have 1 for turn 1 and then 1 for turn 3 again. So and then I really didn't make these cards that often this weekend. The Dragonite, the Blader, and the Berserker, but they're all pretty good. Moye is a water, so this can negate spells and traps. This is super good in the mirror match. Against Invoked and Virtual World because you just attack over a monster and they can't really play the next turn. And then this one comes up a lot when you're locked into worms. and going for game. So, and then for the synchro 10s, Flare, of course, Ruddy Rose. This card's super good. You can usually play through boards, and it's usually going second. You're gonna clear their board and then summon this guy to take away all their follow-up. That's usually how you get rid of Enforcer. You bait it, and then you just summon this guy to banish everything, and then they don't get to summon it back, of course. And then the last synchro 10 is a Chengying. I think this is one of like the best cards in the deck. It's super hard to out for a lot of decks, and it's like an FTK against like PK and Dragon Link and all that good stuff. So, and then Nib Token, because we get nibbed all the time. And then the side deck, 6 more hand traps. I decided to play Droll. I think it's pretty good into everything. It's decent in the mirror. It's really good against birds. Super good against Drytron. Sadly, I didn't see it today, but also another level 1, so it's decent. And then the 3 Nibiru. This card's crazy. I would think about maining it, but I just like the versatility of having the level 1 tuner in Effect Veiler, and then it conflicts a little bit with Tenyis. So, but these cards are all super good. And then more going second cards. I decided to play 3 evenly. This was Storm during testing and then other days, but with all the anti-spell and like all the main deck orders, I think this was a lot better. You don't get to use your battle phase, but it's not too bad because you play stuff like Fleur and Baxia to clear cards outside the battle phase. And then this is kind of a Lancia deck since you're playing like the Tenyis and Tai, but if they're doing full combo and they have Lancia, they're just better than you. So,
what do you usually side evenly against?
It's really good in the mirror match because they only usually have like 1 hard negate in the Flare, which you can bait and then you can clear their whole board. It's really good against PK because their grind game is good, but then if you evenly them, you can banish all the Fog Blades and all their PK monsters. And then I sided against Flunder today too, because usually they have like a couple monsters, the field spell, and the back row. And there's not really anything they can do about this except for summon Avion, which is fine. So you play through that and then you can just evenly them. So super good. And then the 1 reboot card was crazy today. I drew it exactly when I needed it. Going second against the Bird Up deck, the only card I was really worried about was the Featherstorm, and I drew Dark Ruler plus the reboot, so card's crazy. And it's the same thing as evenly. Like you can set their cards and then Baxia shuffle them away or Flare clear them, so it's really not too hard to deal with those. And then I had 2 extra spots because I was playing Protoss and Raigeki, I think, the other day. So I just decided to play 2 more going second cards. Dark Ruler. I think this maybe should have been Droplet because of all the anti-spell and the order, but I don't really like Droplet in this deck just because you want to have a bunch of cards in your hand for like the Moyes and the Tenyis and the Longyuns. So I think this is better because you don't have to discard any cards. But it was decent. Drew it when I needed to. So, but I don't know if I would keep playing it. And the last 3 cards were 3 anti-spell for going first. I was mostly worried about mine, and then obviously like Dark Ruler and Droplet and Storm and all that good stuff. So just sided this going first because it hits all of them. It's crazy. Drawing it today. I think every time I do this, I won the game. So between this and Order, you have like 4 super good cards you can draw. And then between Moye and Desires, you're typically going to see one. So
Do you really have like true back row removal? Did you find that was okay or?
Yeah, it was fine. To be honest, like all your cards bait back row. So like Ashuna can summon Vishuda, which bounces the back row. And then Baxia, if you're using Tae or Moye, it's 1 or 2 shuffles. And then if you summon Fleur, it'll pop 1 and it can negate 1. So it's usually not too bad because like, so if you're drawing playable, you're running through back row anyway. And then if you draw with evenly, you're pretty much going to win the game. So it wasn't too bad. I like Lightning Storm just because there's versatility with destroying monsters and back row, but between like anti-spell and order, I don't think you can really play that right now. So
do you have any shoutouts?
Yeah, shout out to Walter. He always lends me cards. This like whole deck is pretty much his. Shout out to Brian and Joe today. We cleaned it up.
Joe's busy.
We cleaned it up. Got a little unlucky in the finals, but we take those. Shout out to the guys back home, Evan and Ben. Shout out to, of course, our sponsors, YGO Daily, TGG, all the good shops from Minnesota. So,
all right.
Thanks for checking us out.